So everyone, these next two examples, example 3 and example 4, are really strong examples of what this entire section is going to be about. And we're going to be finding market equilibrium in these two examples. Let's go ahead and get started with that. We have a group of wholesalers who will buy 50 dryers per month if the price is 200, and 30 per month if the price is 300. And so you see the word buy there. And so by buy, we know that this is going to be a demand function because they are interested in making this purchase. And then we have a manufacturer who is willing to supply 20 if the price is 210 and 30 if the price is 230. So what's actually going on behind the scenes in this problem is we have some negotiation going on. These person wanting to purchase those who are demanding the product are saying that they are willing to pay a certain amount for a certain quantity of dryers, and the manufacturer, the person supplying, is also making a statement saying we are willing to supply this many if the price is this much. And again, the person demanding them wants the price to be lower, and the person supplying them wants the price to be higher. So we need to look for the market equilibrium, which would mean the place where both the demand and the supply are equal. In that spot, everyone is relatively happy, and the supplier is feeling like they're getting a good price, and the person buying them feels like they are not being ripped off with how much they are supposed to pay. So that being said, we do have two sets of points for each one. We are going to end up with two functions for this, everyone, a demand function and a supply function. So let's go ahead and get started with the demand function first. And so we have 50 dryers at a price of $200 each. And we have 30 dryers at a price of $200 each. Nope, $300 each, my bad. So that is going to be the 2 points we have for demand, and the supplier, the manufacturer, is willing to supply 20 at a price of 210 and 30 if the price is 230. So you can see with those last set of points for each side, everyone, that the person demanding them is saying, hey, I will buy 30 of them if the price is 300, and the supplier is saying, hey, I will supply 30 if the price is 230. And so the person demanding them here would actually get a really great deal if it was to go that way, but it's not going to go that way. We're going to find market equilibrium for this. Let's get right to it. So we do need a function for demand and a function for supply. We were given 2 points, so we do need to do the point slope form to get the function. So let's get right to it with our slopes. And for slope, again, as we've talked about multiple times, slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Go ahead and label our points. x1, y1, x2, y2. We can swing that in there. And as always, I will draw my bar with my minus signs on there first. So y2 minus y1 is 300 minus 200. x2 minus x1 is 30 minus 50. And if I were to give that to Wolfram, everyone give me one moment to do that, and we will get a result here. Got 300 minus 200 over 30 minus 50. And I get a slope of -5. So we can take that and put it back into our point slope form function, and we will get y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1, which will produce y minus, our y1 value is 200, our slope is -5, and x minus x1 is 50. So that is a point slope form for this function. I do not like point slope form. I prefer slope intercept form much more, so we're going to give that to Wolfram and look for the alternate form that we like. And we get, again, our x value is back here. I'm going to put that in front. We get y equals negative 5x plus 450. And that will be our demand function. Now for our supply function, everyone, is basically the exact same process. We have an x1, we have a y1, we have an x2, we have a y2. Let's get the slope for this. And so we will have y2 is 230 minus y1 is 210 over, I forgot to put my minus signs first, 30 minus 20. We'll go ahead and swing that in there. And we get 230 minus 210 over 30 minus 20. I accidentally put one too many parentheses. There we go. And our slope for this ends up being 2. So again, our y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. We get y minus y1 is 210 equals our slope of 2 times x minus 20. And again, giving that to Wolfram will allow us to get an alternate form that we like better. So here in alternate forms, I don't like that one. I like this one. Y equals 2x plus 170. So as we've discussed previously, the supply function, this is equal to y. And in the demand function, this is equal to y. So since they are both equal to y, they must be equal to each other. And so we are simply going to extract this from over here. The mathematical term for this, everyone, is substitution. We are going to substitute these in for their respective y values because they are both equal to y, so they must be equal to each other. So bringing those two things together, we're going to have negative 5x plus 450 is equal to 2x plus 170. We let the Wolfram do the work for us. Negative 5x plus 450 is equal to 2x plus 170. And you may notice this is exactly like you've done in other classes. Solving a system of linear equations by substitution is what that would have been called. And we get the number x equals 40. Now this is only part of the solution. Everyone, x equals 40 tells us the x value, but we are still in search of the y value. So what we can do now is we can take that x value and we can put it back into any one of these equations. I'm going to choose the one on the right just because it looks a little bit easier. And if I was to put it in the one on the left, I should get the same result. So let's go ahead and do that, everyone. We are going to have, and I need to get rid of my highlighter, go back to my pen. Y is equal to 2x plus 170. We can substitute the 40 in for x because now we know that x is 40. So 2 times 40 plus 170. And if we gave that to Wolfram, everyone, we would see that y is equal to 250. So our solution for this, and I'm going to move this just up out of the way so I have some room to work. So our solution for this, everyone, is that the x value is 40 and the y value is 250. This means that market equilibrium occurs when 40 dryers are produced and sold at a price of $250 each. And so again, if I was the CEO of this company making dryers, would I make 41 dryers and try to sell them? The answer is no, because my 41st dryer would end up sitting there doing nothing, not being sold, because the market would not have any use for more dryers than that. And so I would do everything that I could to produce and sell 40 dryers, and then I would immediately stop.